Hey guys, time for an update on my strat. So, when I last did a video on my Stratocaster Renee, I had the neck completely taken off the guitar, all the tuning pegs and everything out of the neck, and I had to do a modification to my neck to fix my truss rod nut because the Allen key wasn't actually getting all the way into the truss rod nut, which is, well, I didn't know that because of it not going all the way into the nut where the Allen key fits in, it seemed like it was slipping. Okay, well, the truss rod nut isn't in fact completely stripped out. It was the strange angle that the hole was drilled into the neck to reach said truss rod nut. So after drilling that hole out right there with a, oh heck, what size was that? Nevertheless, it doesn't matter. I drilled out the hole large enough to fit this through the hole. And as you can see, that is not going to fit in there. It's just not. So I drilled the hole large enough where this will just literally slide in and out. You turn it up like this without even pulling on it, the thing will just fall out of the hole when I disconnect it from the threads. So after all of that, I finally readjusted my neck. I've got 10 gauge strings put on this, and of course they're my usual Ernie Ball stainless steel slinkies. These are regular slinkies. So among the modifications that I made, yes, that's right, I put a truss rod plate cover on, or truss rod cover on a Stratocaster, which for those of you who are very familiar with guitar and Stratocasters, then you'll know that they normally look like that, minus the screw I have in the headstock on this one. They normally are just open to the air like that, underneath the strings. So because I drilled out the hole in the neck, well, I needed to cover it up because it doesn't look perfect, and you can definitely tell that I drilled it out and then carved it open wider with the pocket knife. And I took my time. It took me over an hour to carve that hole precisely, meticulously, and carefully to get it right to where it doesn't look uneven or more carved on one side than the other. But because I'm a perfectionist, when it comes to my Strat Renee, I wanted to make it look as neat and seamless as possible. So I sat in my bed with a filing block or sanding block, a Bic lighter to heat it up to shape it to that contour, because you see it's got kind of an angle to it, and sand it down evenly. Unfortunately, it's not perfect. I don't know how to polish plastic, so whatever. But nevertheless, now if I want to, trying to find something long and skinny. There we go. That'll work. Well, if I want to adjust my truss rod now on this guitar, don't even have to take out the screw. You simply take something under here, under the strings, turn it out of the way, and now you have access to the truss rod hole. So it works. Maybe not the prettiest looking thing, but I think it looks alright. I mean, I have seen much worse looking modifications than this made to a guitar. So, yeah, that's the modification I made to this neck. So with the 10 gauge strings, honestly, Renee is a completely different guitar now. So it was a success. And it sounds different. It's easier to play with the 10 gauge strings on it. I like it. So, you know, a lot lot of people who own a guitar, some people are afraid to do their own guitar work. And what I would say to those people, don't be afraid to do guitar work on your own instrument. If you have the ability to, I would recommend practicing on something that you know is garbage, that will never play right, ever. And I would practice on it until you get somewhat good at it, so you know at least what you're getting into. And get a feel for how it works, you know? And then when you finally move to your baby or your regular guitar that you play all the time, then you'll have at least some foreknowledge in what you're getting into. And, you know, I've been at this since I was 12, maybe 13 years old, playing guitar. And even in my teen years, my guitar solo videos in the early days of my YouTube channel, even then I tinkered with guitars mechanically, and I tinkered with wiring back then, but I didn't know what I was doing with the guitar wiring. It was the mechanical, physical stuff that I did know. But on that note, I am teaching myself how to solder. So I am going to redo the electronics in this thing and do it properly without using electric tape to splice my pickups into the wires that are already soldered to my switch. It's working for right now, and I think it's working pretty good. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The other modification I made, I took out the pole pieces of the white humbucker, and I took out the pole pieces in that pickup as well. So it definitely makes a difference because, for example, if you like the sound of a single coil pickup, like in the Samick that I have out in the living room right now, then you can get more of a single coil like sound. I mean, it's not going to sound identical because a humbucker has 2 coils in it, but you get kind of a humbucking single coil, if you will. It has a nice sound to it. I like it. But yeah, I love this guitar, and now that my neck is fixed on it, I am much happier having my Strat usable again. I am stuck in a rut musically, so I'm trying to choose a new song to learn so that I can get more inspiration. Doggone it, not again. Sorry, my Xbox just logged me out of YouTube for the 3rd time today. I don't get why. It's weird. And it's an Xbox 360. So, whatever. Anyway, forgive the interruption. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Have a good day. God bless you. You're important in this world, and you are loved. Never forget that. See ya. Oh, and more videos to come eventually.